welcome to your Sunday edition of Wasatch Weekends. We love getting to spend your weekend mornings with you. You can tune in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 7 a.m. to see what's taking place in and around the town. Wasatch Weekends, this is our first kickoff weekend of the show, and we're really excited to be here to bring you so much great information. We're here to tell you about the arts, the entertainment, the news, and the sports, so make sure that you tune in to be caught up with what's taking place around Park City. We want to talk about some great activities that you can get out there and do this weekend, one of which being super family friendly at the Swanner Eco Center. This is a great activity that you can take all of the kids to do, no matter the age group. This is going to be one of those things that everyone in the family really can participate in, and it kicks off at 11 a.m. So make sure that you make your way over to the Eco Center and you check it out. That way everyone can enjoy some great upcycled artwork. Now this is going to be, nope, that's the wrong graphic.
No, that is Swanner's website.
Oh, but isn't there the graphic for this?
No, there's not.
Okay.
So he was just going to put up.
That's my bad then.
Scroll it.
Sorry, guys. That's why I was so confused. I was like, Bats was yesterday. Swanner Eco Center. Thank you. They're Sunday crafts. Yeah, just do the freaking bats.
Just go back one and scroll the events.
Just go back one and scroll the events.
Yeah, just scroll that.
But they're saying, but it starts on Friday.
What does?
The event list.
There you go.
Wow,
There you
look
go.
at you.
Look at you guys.
Frickin' bats. All right. No? Okay, here we go again. Yep. Welcome to your Sunday edition of Wasatch Weekends. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. Now, we've got a great show in store for you for the next little bit, but we love getting to be here every weekend morning with you. You can catch Wasatch Weekends Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 7 a.m. Now, this is our first weekend of launching Wasatch Weekend, so thank you so much for being here. Now, let's talk about some of the great activities that are taking place in and around the community for you to get out there and enjoy. If you're looking for something family-friendly to do, something that the kiddos are really going to love, well then you should check out the Swanner Eco Center because they've got a great Sunday craft day ahead of them. It kicks off at 11 a.m. and this is a free program giving kids a chance to make upcycled nature-themed crafts. All ages are welcome and you can always go to their website for more information because you can see they've got a very nice lineup of activities. Now, something else that you might want to check out is up at Solitude Mountain. There's a very powerful group of women skiers and they are bringing a very fun film to life, so you can go check that out today as well, and it's going to be one of those things you're not going to want to miss. If you love skiing like I love skiing, well then Stepping Out is taking place, and this is brought to you by Nexus, which is really fun. She Jumps is at Upper Last Chance Lodge, and make sure that you just go check this out because these women are absolutely incredible and they've skied from ranges in Alaska to Jackson Hole, so this is going to be a really exciting thing, and this is taking place at 4 to 6:30 p.m. tonight. Now, let's talk about something different. If you like ballet, well, Ballet Next is at the Eckel Center tonight, and you're going to want to go and check that out because they've got a ton of fun, and that's such a beautiful venue to just really go and immerse yourself in whatever programming is happening. So you can always go online for more information on that, and then that way you can just get out there there with the family and enjoy something else. That's also taking place today at 3 p.m. and you can go to parkcityinstitute.org. Now, one more thing, if music is your thing, Dueling Pianos is taking place at the Spur Bar and Grill on Main Street starting tonight at 9 p.m. So there's a lot of fun for you to get out there and enjoy. Make sure that you tune in to Wasatch Weekends. That way you know where to go. We're going to take a look at that local weather forecast and that snow report right now.
This resort report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome back to Wasatch Weekends. Now, we are less than 2 weeks away from film festival season taking place here in Park City. We're going to throw it back to a great film that premiered last year at the 2022 Sundance Film Festival. Now, this has gotten enough success that it's streaming on Peacock, so if you've not seen it yet, you can do so. Let's take a look.
Welcome back. Right now we get to discuss an incredible film that many people are talking about. It's creating quite a buzz within the Sundance Film Festival this year, and it's called Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. I have the director and producer joining me today. So excited for both of them to be here. I have Adama Ebo joining us as well as Adon A. Thank you, both of you. How are you?
Doing well.
Doing great.
Glad
How
to
are
be
you?
here.
Very excited to talk with you both, to be honest. I watched the film and absolutely loved it. So I want to start with Adama. Tell me more about the film, how it was conceived, and what made you decide to create a film about this topic.
Definitely. I mean, we were both raised Southern Baptist and sort of like the height of megachurch culture, and you know, sort of had our tussles with it growing up, and I think, you know, that constant questioning as young people, and sort of being in tune with the things that felt like hypocritical to us, really sort of sparked this idea at first.
And I love how it's done in this faux documentary style. I really appreciated the humor that brought into it, but also that perspective. So tell me more about the decision to have this be fictionalized in that way.
Yeah, I really was interested in exploring what was truth and what was not truth, and also all the gray areas in between that. And a lot of times people take documentaries and what documentarians are saying as fact. And I was really interested in exploring what a set of people would be like who weren't sort of portraying their true selves while the documentary cameras were rolling, versus when the cameras are off, getting the realness from them.
And Adane, tell me more about your role as producer in this film and what made you want to be a part of it.
You know, familial connection, obviously. But more than that, I think my role as a creative producer and one of the lead producers was really to dig into the creative. I read every draft of every script, every draft of the script, and gave comprehensive notes of every draft of the script, and you know, really wanted to make sure that we crafted and honed a comprehensive story for this. And I also was instrumental in casting,
Everything.
all the creative stuff. We're filmmaking. She's the writer and director, of course, but we're a filmmaking team, so kind of in lockstep every step of the way.
Yeah.
And this question is for both of you. I'd love to hear more about your experiences growing up with religion, because this film very much examines that mega church, that type of religion in Black culture. So did that really impact your lives, especially when you were younger, leading to where you are now?
It did, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a complicated relationship, or we grew up having a complicated relationship with it, because there were definitely aspects of the church that we loved and still do love. But then there were other aspects that we found hard not to critique. And so growing up, it wasn't very much encouraged to question religion or question the church or question your faith. And our disillusionment with that is kind of how we got to where we are now, which I think we're in a more balanced place with
definitely.
everything now. But
we figured out how to incorporate the aspects of our personal faith and of organized religion the way that serves us best and makes us the happiest, while also giving ourselves like the room and the grace to distance ourselves from the aspects that we don't like or don't think bring us a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely. And I'll also say that the church, particularly the Black church, is more than religion for us, and it's more than religion for like the Black community, us being Black Americans from Atlanta, being American Nigerians. It's also cultural. And so that was a big part of not wanting to divest from it completely, because outside of it being religion, it's also a cultural connectivity that we would be missing out on and that we didn't want to miss out on.
Well, I think the film does an excellent job doing exactly what you mentioned, calling out some problematic issues with religion while also, having some fun with it, but still being respectful. And I also think that the mock documentary style really brings that about, where you can laugh, but it's not in a mocking way. You really still are able to see the genuineness in these characters. So I really think you did such a great job balancing all of these different elements. Was that hard to do?
I don't think so, and I think it's because
it was important for us.
It was important for us to do, and I don't think it was too difficult, because we do have that duality within ourselves. We do have both that respect and that critical eye for the institution, and a lot of love for it as well. Mm-hmm. And so I think it felt very natural to do both. But I will say that it's why we approached it more of what we're calling a faux documentary format rather than mockumentary. And me and my DP, Alan Wazowski, really worked hard to establish what that was going to look like, because, in mockumentaries, a lot of the times the camera is sort of in on the joke or like winking at the audience. And we wanted this to feel much more like a real documentary where it's just observational. And that was, I think, really big in establishing, the humor but respectful tone of these institutions.
And I also think it's on a character level. It was important for us to make sure that these characters, while they are bombastic and sometimes ridiculous and they are funny, they feel real. They don't feel like caricatures. They feel like real people.
And your cast did an incredible job. Really, they made this film as well and were able to create that balance that we're talking about.
Yeah, 100%. They were on board, and it definitely helped having lead characters, really supporting cast too, who had a relationship with the church and
but a similar one where they felt like that love and respect for it, but we're also like, there's some things that I just don't jive with.
Yeah.
And there's also some really fun symbolism in this film. And of course, we don't want to give anything away, but like hot sauce is a great symbol. And tell me a little bit more about that and why you decided to utilize these symbols.
Yeah, I just really like hot sauce. But I also, hot sauce to me, the best hot sauce to me, sort of sneaks up on you. You get that
you get that tang or that sweetness at first, and then you get a little bit of that heat. And I think that's what this film does, is it sort of sneaks up on you. You get like the sweetness, the tanginess at first,
The fun stuff.
the fun stuff, the comedy. And then as the film goes on and the tone starts to like mix and shift a little bit, you get a lot more of that heat and you get a lot more of that realness.
And how does it feel in your journey as a filmmaker and producer to have this film debuting at Sundance? I know you're getting great feedback, but is this a bit surreal for you both?
It is. I don't think we've really had time for anything to set in yet. It feels very surreal, but
Also kind of full circle though.
it does.
Because the project did the Sundance Labs, and Sundance has been incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
They really do walk the walk with their labs and their artist support programs. But I don't think it's fully hit us yet.
It's just this is we've wanted to tell stories for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely wanted to do it for a living and get paid for it. And so I think it hasn't quite hit us yet that it's being like seen on a worldly view.
That it's out in the world.
Yeah, it's the first thing.
Yeah.
It's the first thing.
And you can watch this film at Sundance right now, but can you tell us what's next for this film?
Hopefully, the goal is to get distribution, and so that it can come to a much wider audience, hopefully a theatrical audience.
It's definitely one of those films that I think is like,
You want to
it feels
experience
really
with people.
dope with an audience.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's the
that's
goal.
what we're gunning for.
And I have no doubt that's going to happen. Audiences are loving this film. And also, quickly, what is next for the two of you? What are you working on?
We have our next feature written. We're
Yeah.
very excited about that, and we have a couple of TV shows in development. So a lot coming down the pipeline. We're
Yeah.
excited.
But just excited to be working and keeping creative.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Adama and Adane, for joining us today. Really great speaking with you both. Once again, I loved the film, Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. Make sure to watch it if you can for the Sundance Film Festival. Also, I know that you'll be able to see it soon after in other ways as well. So we really appreciate both of them and their time today spending with us. We'll be back with more right after this.
Welcome back to the show. We're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about something that's really important and near and dear to a family's heart. We've got a private investigator, Josh Bridge, joining us to talk about a missing person who's been missing for quite some time. Josh, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us.
Thanks for having me.
So we're talking about Timothy Jordan Boone, and he likes to go by Jordan Boone. Now, he has been missing for over a year and almost 6 months now.
Yeah, he was last seen over in the Moab, Huntington area, shortly before he was reported missing. He was seen walking, wearing a wetsuit and with his dog Lily, was picked up by some ATVers and brought to a hotel where he eventually ended up just leaving, walking out. And since then he's been he's been seen in Montrose County. He's been seen over in Nucla, and that unfortunately was the last time he was seen was August 23rd over there.
Which gives quite some time to travel, and so you guys are reaching out to the communities between here and there to really make sure that people have their eyes out for him. Now, he's got some pretty distinctive tattoos, and of course he has his dog with him, which there has been other sightings of his dog, correct?
So when he initially went missing, he had two dogs. He had his dog Lily, and then a dog Cooper. Cooper was actually recovered on August 21st in Farron. Lily is still believed to be with him though, and she's a pit mix, 75 pounds with a darker coat.
She's got a darker coat and very distinctive ears as they kind of come up together and then cross a little bit, and so people should keep their eye out for him. Now, in all of these pictures that we're showing right now, he has contact lenses in, but he does wear correctional glasses so that he could be seen with the contact lenses or with the glasses.
Yeah. yeah, he would be believed to have glasses. You know, uh, knowledge about what he'd be wearing or anything like that. It's hard to tell after it's been this long. He's 6'2", 190 pounds, and he's 37 years old.
And he's believed to be off of his bipolar medication, and so the family thinks that he is just on the move, correct?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the big concern is he wouldn't really have a way to re-up on a prescription, so it's very possible he's dealing with a manic episode or some other altered mental state. So that's a huge part of the concern here is that someone in his situation might need help.
And so if people are interested in getting involved, you guys have a great Facebook page that they can go to. Now, what's the name on the Facebook page?
It is it is Missing Jordan Boone and Lily the Pit Mix Dog.
And so the family has been looking for him for quite some time. He was reported missing on August 4th, 2021. So he's been gone and away from home for quite some time now.
Yep. And all indications seem to point to that he might be, panhandling. He's most likely on the streets.
And so if people see him, what's the best place for them to get in contact with you guys? That way they can report a sighting of him if they do see him.
Well, I would say, the correct thing to do, the first thing to do would be to reach out to the county PD and reference him. This is a known case at this point. And then if you have any tips in general in regards to a sighting of Jordan, I would reach out to me personally. You can email me, joshua.bridge@privin.net. You can also call me, 702-850-0134.
Josh, thank you so much for taking the time to work on this case and help their family bring Jordan home, because I know that it's the time of year where everyone really wants to be together, and so it's hard to have someone in the family missing.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely an emotionally charged situation, and the family would love to hear anything that could help us, give us another lead in our search.
Well, Josh, thank you again so much for kind of heading the charge to help bring Jordan home. We really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us and bring some more light to this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Make sure that if you're anywhere out and about and you see Jordan in any possible way, that you reach out, you get in contact, and that way you can just help make a difference to this family. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
This resort report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.